Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Call. I'm Dennis Green, and this is kind of in the summer, we kind of do a special Tuesday series of the Culture Crawl with our guest, Steve Shanley from the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band, because your concerts start on Wednesdays, so if we waited till Thursday, that would be stupid.
We would miss half of the concerts. So for our true fans who like to be there on both the Wednesday and the Sunday performance of the same program, we got to get out here on a Tuesday.
That's right. So thanks for making the trip out. It's great to have you in studio, as we talked about last week. We are up to week 2 of the municipal band season. Again, slightly smaller ensembles, different locations. So tell us what you have on tap for this Wednesday and Sunday.
Well, this Wednesday, the 16th, and Sunday, the 20th, we're at Bever Park both times. As I explained last week, we have some parameters with the band being spread out that make it such that we can't fit on that stage for this summer. So we're spread out, and Bever Park is really the best public park where we can get on a flat surface and have an audience there. So natural amphitheater for the audience. So Bever Park, both places or both nights at 7:30. So hopefully in some ways that makes it a little bit easier for people. Like if they're not sure, just head to Bever Park on Wednesday or Sunday this summer. Chances are good we'll be there. So we're featuring this week Rich Med on the trombone, no stranger to listeners of KCCK, as a very fine jazz trombone player, teacher at Iowa City West High School. And one thing that I feel a lot of people do not know is Rich is also a very, very fine classical player. And to be honest, most jazz musicians who are excellent are also pretty strong classical music players, but they sometimes get pigeonholed or don't have those opportunities.
Right, just don't have those chances. Especially a working teacher only is able to do so many gigs.
Exactly.
And if he's already playing in a bunch of jazz groups, that's probably where he's going to go. He or she is going to go.
And there just aren't a lot of opportunities to play non-jazz or rock or funk music in a professional setting. We've got the community bands, the orchestras, and then really that's it, besides the pit orchestras, which Rich has played in for years. But of course, you never see those names in the program when you go or see them up on stage. So we had Rich in a few years ago, and he played a really cool suite about the Mississippi River. And afterwards, so many people said, "Oh, that was so great! I didn't know he could play classical trombone so well." And as I explained last week, we need a very flexible slate of soloists this summer, because if our Monday outdoor rehearsal gets rained out, then we're doing the Wednesday concert with no rehearsal. So, and I know Rich, have worked with him a lot, and I knew that he would be up for the challenge, and sure enough, he was.
Well, and as a jazz musician, jazz musicians are used to walking in cold, maybe seeing a piece of music for the first time and having to deliver not always, but sometimes maybe more than other genres.
For sure, and being able to improvise, as it were, if maybe the tempo isn't exactly how they want, or if the band does something a little unexpected, that they can adjust right there on the fly. And as you said, jazz musicians very used to doing that. So he's playing a piece called Atlantic Zephyrs, which is a title no one's, I'm sure, heard of, but it's one of the classic early 1900s brass solos, just lots of acrobatics, and if you think about Arthur Pryor or Herbert Clark or one of those, it's you'll love it. You've never heard it before, but you're going to love it. So excited Rich is joining us for that. Also pulling out one of my favorites from Leroy Anderson of the Syncopated Clock. Everybody usually likes his musical depiction of that clock, though it occurred to me when I was programming that for this week, there are fewer and fewer of our audience members who probably know the clock.
Right. And even fewer who remember that as the theme song for Jerry Carr's morning show on WMT AM.
Well, I would count myself as one of those who did not know that bit of trivia. So yes, although it's possible I was listening to that when I was a kid and just didn't even know that. But yeah, it's still, even if maybe you do not have one of those clocks in your house, it's still a fun piece of music. And then Big Band Spectacular, an arrangement of all of the favorites from various giants of the big band era. And I mentioned last week that I wanted to have the perfect first piece back from the pandemic, and that was the Holst First Suite in E-flat for military band. That's kind of, if you pick the piece for concert band that has been written, most popular, loved by musicians and conductors, it's probably that Holst First Suite in E-flat. And definitely in the top 5 would be the Vaughan Williams English Folk Song Suite. So we're going to play that one this week as well.
Sounds like a fun program, as always. So, again, Wednesday and Sunday, like usual, 7:30, and both in Bever Park this week.
Both in Bever Park this week. And then also, I do need to add, we're performing a medley from the movie Sing, which would be another one of those, I guess, I don't think we can even call them children's movies, because I think the last one I saw, I thought, well, this is great. I love this. So animated, classic, whatever you want to call it, but one of those movies that has great music that I have not actually watched, but has some fun music in it that I'm sure the kids are going to recognize and be able to dance to. So Sing as well. And then resuming our tradition of ending the concert with a very, very fast march called Gallop, and we'll be ending our programs with those fun circus marches the rest of the summer. So, 7:30, Wednesday the 16th, Sunday the 20th at Bever Park.
And if you can't attend in person, you're going to keep doing the Facebook Live streams that you started last year when you weren't able to play in person.
Facebook Live streams are up and going. We got a little bit of extra infrastructure in place to make those possible, but yeah, they've been very popular, so we're going to definitely continue that. If you can't join us in person, please join us on Facebook. Check out crmuniband.org or Facebook or Twitter for more info.
Steve Shanley from the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays at 10:20, and the occasional Tuesday during the summer, or watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or however you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.